Good morning. I am so happy to see you. I am Jana, and in today's video I will be showing you all of the new plushies I have crocheted this week and showing you some new displays I got from my market and just talking about how the week went. So sit back, relax, and enjoy just talking about crochet stuff. So first up, I'll go over the small things that I made this week and also these baskets I got. Look at that. Would you look at that? So if you've seen my market recap videos and all that stuff, or you see my market setup, y'all know that I had what I called minis and I'd put them in this white little basket, but I've been making a lot more of these miniatures. So I needed more baskets and I ran to Dollar Tree. I know I never shop there ever, really. I have a Dollar General right down the street, but they're always out of stock of literally everything, so I just don't go to Dollar Generals or Dollar Trees. But my mother was saying that they have some good stuff. So when I was in the bigger city getting groceries, I stopped at a Dollar Tree, and I really enjoyed going there because all the stuff I got only being like around $11, it's like I need to shop here more often. So I got 3 of these baskets, so I actually meant to put these in a cute little candy dish, which I'll show you here. So this was the dish that was meant for the gummy bears, but they're too big. There's no way all these fit in here. They pile up real quick, and I still have 4 more that need to go in there. So it's just not gonna work. And it doesn't, I see them flying all over the place when people are wanting to dig through. So instead, I put those freebie stickers in here, and I put free sticker with purchase of $15 and up. And I printed my own sticker with my new printer. Goodbye with the old one, which we can get more into why I got a new printer because that was a fun situation, but we'll stick with the plushies for now. So I got this basket and it's got a bunch of gummy bears. There's orange, blue, pink, white, a very light pink, and a yellow. So there are those, made plenty of gummy bears. And then in another basket, I have the Octos and whales. I was gonna have Octos in one and whales in the other, but I really was not in the mood to make whales. For some reason, I was just, the thought of it, I didn't want to make any whales. So I just went ahead and this will be like a sea creature of just the Octos and the whales. I made a couple more Octos in some other colors. I didn't have any orange, I don't think, and I made some blue. This one is made with Sweet Snuggles, but I had one made with Hobie Toucan. And I'm so happy I went through and looked at all these plushies because the one with Hobie, y'all know how much I hate the Hobie Toucan, and with it being so terrible with frogging and sewing with it is really bad. So the bottom of the Octo that I sewed close was opening. I was like, oh my gosh, that's terrible. So of course I had to take that one out of the basket, which just furthers my dislike for the Hobie Toucan. But anyways, I made some more Octos, so there is that. And I got to work on making mini dinos. That is this one. There is one little Triceratops. But as you could tell, I got to work on the dinos for sure. And the reason there's a random Triceratops was because I had mentioned about mystery boxes, which you can see behind me. I mentioned I was going to do Triceratops for one of the boxes, but this was the only yarn I had, and I really wanted to make just specifically green Triceratops. But it came out real small, and it was flopping around in the box like crazy, so I was like, you know what? I'll put that with the minis. And yeah, so there is also more minis. I need to get another basket because I also there is the original little Pikachu, then I made another, and then I started working on little Kirby's. So there are those 2 Kirby's. That's all I made for those guys. But yeah, I need a third basket, or a 4th basket, I mean. I only have 3 baskets, and it would have been perfect if this dish could have held the gummy bears, but that was not the case, but it's fine. I found a new use for it, It'll be up at the checkout counter near me for people to see. I'll just go ahead and leave the Pikachus and Kirby's in this basket for now. And now I suppose I can go over the mystery boxes, which I'm sure if you've followed me on Instagram or TikTok, and if you've seen the shorts on YouTube, you know what's in them already. And it is not exactly what I planned on having. I already closed them all up. I put all the plushies in here and closed them, and I don't know what's in what, so it's a mystery. I'll just grab these four and see what happens. Okay, let's open up this first one because I don't remember. Ah, okay. So, instead of a seahorse, I went with a little frog. I think this is adorable. I love the look of this frog. It's so small, perfect for the boxes, and I think it's something someone would really not mind getting in a mystery box. So that is the epic option. Okay, this is the common option, which I'd mentioned I was going to do a no-sew elephant, but I decided to do little mini loaf cats. I felt like that was just going to be the easiest, and a lot of kids or adults, whoever wants to buy, wouldn't mind a common option of a mini loaf cat. I think that's something like, oh, well, if I try and I get a mini loaf cat, it's still worth it kind of thing. So there is that. Most of them are of these loaf cats, obviously, because they're common, and they have different colored eyes, but I'm keeping them all white with the black nose and whiskers. What is this one? Okay, so this is the rare option, which is still the same as what I planned for being, is a squid. I planned on there being a squid as an option, so there it is. And they're all going to be this color. Like I said, so it goes common, rare, epic, legendary. So yeah, this is the rare. So for the legendary, it is still what I said it was going to be. It was going to be a shiny dragon. So here is the shiny dragon. You can see it. You can see the shimmer. Then I gave it the white wings and the white horns and the white spikes. I think that's what that is. So there is the shiny dragon. This is the yarn I used for it. It's called Fresnel Dazzling. And that's on Amazon. I just found it on Amazon, and I chose this because it was the quickest, easiest, fastest option. It says to use a 4.5mm hook. I think I used 5mm just so that way it could still stay a decent size. Definitely an awesome option, I feel like. And I think someone would be very happy to try for the mystery boxes and get this dragon. So yeah, those are the mystery box options. And unfortunately, I mentioned I got a new printer, and by the time I got that new printer, I had already set my sights on these boxes, which is a shame. But I mean, it is what it is. It's okay. I still got the new printer, and I was able to print out that sticker for that little dish with the stickers. So that is also what I worked on, and like I said, I made a decent amount. I think there's 8 boxes right now, and I could not tell you how many of what I have in what. I just made them, plopped them in, and kept going. And I plan on these being $15. I feel like that is a pretty decent price. I thought about putting a little sticker on the opening there, but I don't think I will. I think it would be a pain to have to cut that, add it at the market. You know, it's just easy to open it up. Obviously, I can't decide if I want to say, like, don't touch it until you buy it kind of thing, because I don't want people, like, shaking it and trying to peek in. You know what I mean? So I think it might be one of those, like, oh, it's a mystery box. Those are the options. You can grab whichever one you want, but don't touch and shake. I don't know. We'll see. So now moving on to my favorite makes of this week. And one of them you've seen before. I showed it in my previous weekly makes, which is this adorable little baby duck. I just realized that I gave it the duck feet and the duck beak, but I was thinking it was going to be a baby chick. So it's a baby duck, because baby ducks are yellow. It's fine. So you saw that in my previous video, so now we're moving into all the other bird variations. Before I show you these other birds though, I finally used Premier Parfait Chunky! After all this time, the first time using Premier Parfait Chunky. So I recorded myself opening the box with all the yarn, so I can show that here, and then I'll show you how the birds came out. Y'all, I am so excited. I got my order in from Hirschner's, and this is the first time I will be touching and experiencing Premier Parfait Chunky. So I thought I'd unbox it with you guys on the comfy couch with Hank the octopus. Yes, his name is Hank. Nathaniel named him Hank. He literally names everything Hank because he named one plant that I had named Hank, and he was the only plant to survive for quite some time, so he was like, it's the name. So he names everything Hank. So that's Hank the octopus over there. So I'm so excited to open this box. Pebbles is too. Let's get into it. This is a first for me. There's lots of papers and ads in here, so that's fun. All right, let's go through the yarn. I'm so excited. All right, first up, we just got 2 skeins of white. It's so soft. Okay. It's very soft. It is already shedding in my hands. So that's fun. Oh well. As long as it's soft, I'm so excited to start using this. So I got 2 skeins of white. I got one. This one feels even softer. Wow. One in tangerine. Ooh, this one feels even softer. This is so weird. It's so weird how they can really vary by different colors. So this one is poppy. Ooh. Okay, yeah, this feels a bit more velvety, I think. This one is ruby. Then we got, what are you? Oh my lord. Sunshine. I got a bunch of different colors, you guys. Here is seal. What is it, Pebbles? This one is charcoal. Oh, Pebbles. She wants to get in the box so bad. Here, oh, I don't really like the feel of this one. This one is chocolate. Some of them have that velvety, like starchy feel, which I'm not a huge fan of. I know I've used velvet yarns, but they're still soft, but when they have that starchy texture, it's like, eh. This one is peacock. Got some gray here. In the color fog. Here is emerald. I really like this color. Lastly, we have hibiscus. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I don't know if you can see, just a big pile of yarn here. Hi, Pebbles. She's getting in the box. This is what she wanted. Oh, I cannot wait to get started on some of the projects. I believe I mentioned it in my previous video, but the reason for all of this yarn was for the Bird Brigade pattern by All From Jade, because I made one. I'm just gonna call them beanie birds. I just feel like that's a lot, it rolls off the tongue quicker. I don't know. So for the beanie birds that I'm going to make, I've already started one and I finished one, and it was a baby chick. So I ran out of that yarn. There wasn't enough to make any more, and that was the Sweet Snuggles, and we all know what's going on with the Michaels Sweet Snuggles right now. It's a pain. So with not being able to get that yarn, I figured I might as well just use the yarn that was in the pattern itself. In the pattern, they stated they used the Premier Parfait Chunky. I felt like this was the perfect time to give it a try and try Premier Parfait Chunky. And I got a bunch in different colors. I don't know why I got two. Oh, because there was a, one of the birds was all white. So I'm gonna make an all white bird. I was going through the birds, going through the colors, so all of these have specific purposes. I can't wait to get started on these birds, and I'm so happy I could open some yarn with you. I guess now I can cut to the finished birds. So here is the rooster. The rooster is adorable. I had fun with this one. It's so fun making the wattle in the gobble. What is this called? What is that called? I'm blanking on what this is called. I keep wanting to call it a gobble. Waddle? Is that the waddle? I feel like that's not, this is the, no, that's the comb. This is the comb. This is the waddle. I got it. I did mess up though. I totally forgot to do color changes around the neck for orange. So I went and I did a surface slip stitch around an orange. I think it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. No one would know the difference, right? But anyways, here is the rooster. I really love the way it came out. Up next is the chicken. These were so fun to make. Here is the chicken, just all white, giving it little chicken feet. I love it so much. So squishy and adorable. So now here is a mallard duck. This guy is a bit chunkier. He's a bit fatter because, as you saw in my unboxing of the Premier Parfait Chunky, some of the yarns had a weird feel, a weird starchy feel to them. And this brown was one of them. So I had a bit of a looser tension with it because I was with it. I didn't like it. So the green, the head, beautiful. It was like butter in my fingers. So it was wonderful to work with, but same thing with the white. And then it turned to the brown and it's like, So he's a bit chunkier, but still just as squishy and adorable. He's the only one I have holographic eyes on because I ran out of yellow glitter eyes, but I still wanted him to have like yellow color. So there is the mallard, which is Nathaniel's favorite, my husband. He likes the mallard the most. He says it reminds him of the duck hunt game. I don't see it, but okay. Then lastly, my favorite is the pigeon. I love this pigeon so much. It is adorable. So there's the darker gray for the head, and then there's a little bit of a blue, and then a purple, and then light gray for the body. Then a little black stripe on the wings, and then the pink feet. I love this color pink on the feet. I'm not a pink girl. I'm not big into pink, but I like this pink. This yarn is so soft. I got lucky, except the purple was Sweet Snuggles. I didn't get purple in the Premier Parfait. I totally forgot. But it worked out because I had purple in the Sweet Snuggles light, and it was the good formula, purple. The last of it, unfortunately. I love these birds. I love them so much. They're so fun to crochet, and it's so fun to fill them with the little beads and squish them. It's great. I love these so much. It is all of what I crocheted in the past week, which does not seem like a lot. I don't know why it doesn't seem like a lot, but it doesn't seem like a lot. But I did kind of forget about the mystery boxes, so I think overall it is still a good amount. It just doesn't feel like a lot when there's a lot of one thing. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense. But like a lot of just so many dinos, just different colors. So many gummy bears, just different colors. Either way, still a good amount. I do plan on crocheting a couple hanging plants here soon. I think that's probably what I'll work on next after this video. I also wanted to show you guys my new business cards that came in. They came out wonderfully. I went up to Nathaniel and I'm like, "Hello, good sir. Have you ever heard of Crochet Crafts by Jana?" He was like, "No, I have not." And I was like, "Well, here you go." Here's my little business card. Crochet Crafts by Jana with my little cat logo, which I don't know if I've mentioned. The inspiration for this logo is my cat Stu. He's got the stripes, he's gray and white, and he's got little white paws, he's got little white socks. Anyway, so here's the back side. And on the back side, it says my name, my title, and all of that good stuff. My email, my Etsy, and all of my socials. And then the handmade with love little thingamabob. So I am very happy with the cards. I'm so happy with how they came out. And I'm so excited to display them. I'm gonna look so official, which by the way, I also ordered a table runner with my custom logo on it, which is so exciting. So I have white table covers So I got a black table runner, and then my logo is in like a white circle. So there is that. I'm so excited to get that in. I don't know when I'm getting it, but I'm getting it at some point, and I'm excited. And because I loved the Premier Parfait Chunky so much, like there was more of the good yarn rather than the bleh yarn. So I might have placed another yarn order. I did place another yarn order from Hirschner's. I compared it to the actual Premier yarn website. I was curious to see if there was a huge difference. So I put the same amount of yarn in each of the carts on the Premier website and the Hirschner's website. And I think on each one I applied a 15% discount. And the Hirschner's came to like $52 and the Premier one came to $59 or something. Which, I mean, isn't like a huge thing, but enough to make me go, Hirschner's is the way to go. So I made another yarn order from Hirschner's, and I'm super excited to get that yarn. I mostly did it just to make more birds because I really like the birds. And my husband had a really good idea to make our local football team mascot birds because they are birds. There's the Iowa Hawkeyes, which is a black and yellow bird. And then there's the Iowa Cyclones, which is a red cardinal, pretty much. So I'll probably try to make those. He thinks those will be great sellers, which I'm kind of inclined to agree for the football fans that come around. But I was also thinking about, it was actually my mother's idea. She was wondering if I could make a toothless version out of those, which I mean shouldn't be anything difficult. You just obviously don't put a beak and any waddle stuff on there. You just make the head and have horns, and then instead of little wings you can make little dragon hands. Same thing with the feet. You make little dragon feet. I don't know if I would add a tail though. These birds technically, the pattern shows how to add a tail, but I don't. I just don't feel they need them. I don't think it's really a huge need. Could be just that I'm lazy. I just feel that they're perfectly fine without them. So, yeah. If I were to do a toothless version of that though, I definitely would need to add a tail because you can't have a dragon without a tail. Come on now. If you remember from my latest video, I had a granny square bag that I made. I actually had two, a brown one and a green one. And someone from that video wanted to buy my green bag. So the green bag was bought and sold. I think they already got it. I think it was delivered yesterday. I'm not sure. But yeah, I can't believe that happened. So that's super, super exciting. I'm so happy that someone loved that bag enough to order it from me. That was super nice of them. And also a subscriber was gracious enough to reach out and say, hey, I have the posh color you need for finishing that Mew. And I was like, oh, you don't gotta do that. And they were like, well, I'm not gonna use it. And it's like, well, okay. So I'm super excited for that. Hopefully I get that yarn soon and I can show y'all a finished Mew. That would be great. So on to the topic of why I got a new printer. The other one started just not working halfway through a print, or like 2/3 of the way in, it would just cut off the print, which was super duper frustrating. I mean, I was to the point where I'd have to resize things to fit the top of the page so that way I wouldn't have it get cut off. And I wasn't about to open the printer itself and try to dink around in there because then I'd just break it. And trying to get to customer support about it was just, being on hold for hours on end was not fun. So I got a new printer. And it's the HP Envy 6155E. It was on sale at Best Buy, and my husband, it was his birthday yesterday, so he wanted new earbuds, but specifically earbuds with the little wrap around your ear because he's got cauliflower ear in one of them from wrestling, so regular earbuds don't stay in. So he was looking at earbuds, and I was like, what if I take a look at some printers? And he was like, sure. So I got a new printer and it works wonderfully. It doesn't cut off halfway through. It prints wonderfully. It looks amazing. And even though it is bigger than my other one, it was much needed. So I am happy to have that printer now. And Nathaniel got his earbuds and he's happy about those. We went and celebrated at Flick's Brew House. I don't know if you know what that is or if you have one near you. It's a movie theater that also serves food so you can eat and enjoy your movie. So we enjoyed watching a scary movie, which was kind of, I mean, there's plenty of jump scares. I love horror movies and hate them at the same time. It's a love-hate relationship. I was trying to take it a little easy on crocheting because I messed up my shoulder somehow. Mind you, I was raking up leaves and twigs and putting it all in a pile to make a little bonfire or like a burn pile. Didn't have any issues, but as soon as I went to go throw a toy playing with my cats, that's when I hurt my shoulder. So my shoulder has been tender. So I'm trying to be a little easy on it, not go too hard. So yesterday I really didn't crochet much, really. I think the only thing I worked on yesterday was the pigeon in the morning, and then after that I didn't really touch anything. So, and because Nathaniel got home early, he left work early because it was his birthday, so it was his day to celebrate. So obviously, like I said, we went out and celebrated and all that fun stuff. If you see the fuzzy yarn back there, I was working on the monster pattern a bit more, just trying to tweak some things before putting it out for the pattern testing. So hopefully that gets done here soon. As of right now, I think it is 2 weeks until my next market, but that market's a bit different. It's not like one big market for the weekend and then it's done. It's a local in-town market that is reoccurring every 2 weeks. I think the reason for that is because it's only from 10 a.m. to noon, so it's not very long. So just every other weekend, 10 a.m. to noon, and I think it's for a couple months actually. So it's just nice to have that consistency there, knowing I have something. And then there's a couple bigger markets that I'll be going to, but that one is the first one that'll be happening here soon. So those market recaps won't be very long, I imagine, because for 2 hours, it's not like I'm gonna sell out unless it's like super busy, but I don't think so. But yeah, that is the upcoming market, and I wanted to make plenty of small things because that market tends to be a cheaper one. You know what I mean? It's not one that a lot of people go to really like expect to spend a lot of money. So that's why I wanted to really hunker down and make a lot of those minis, which I still need to remember to go get another basket to put the Pikachus and Kirby's. But I want to make some other little round characters, but I have been struggling to think of what I could make. Other than that, I think that's all I have for you. I kept pretty busy. It's definitely not fun to make the little minis over and over and over again, but I did really, really enjoy all of the birds. Those are just so adorable. So now I am going to get more crocheting done. I'll probably work on the hanging plants like I said I would. I really need to make some of those with the regular leaves because all I have is the string of pearls. Thank you for spending some time with me out of your day. I truly appreciate it and I love seeing your beautiful face. If you haven't yet, please subscribe so you can get notified when I upload next and stay up to date on all of my crochet goodness. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and I will see you in the next video. Bye!